The reason why we started with before the fires, Nozi, is that all you do is assimilate. You are looking up to someone, you are seeing things happening in front of you, you are saying, okay, this is how things are being done. You are seeing control being taken, you are seeing control being given, and you are learning. That prepares you for your own journey.
Yes.
So if you look at the title of the book, it is both poetic and at the same time it is staring you in the face. Everybody's saying, I like the title. So we are all waiting to figure out, what are these fires?
So I realized one day, I think it was one of those, Facebook memories where people share pictures of themselves when they were children. And I remembered, I was like, actually, I don't have a picture of myself before grade 1 or class sub A, which is what we used to call it then. And the reason why I don't have any pictures of myself as a child is because everything was consumed in the fire. My earliest childhood memory was actually holding on to my father's back as he and my mother were fleeing together because our home had just been petrol bombed. I called the book After the Fires because had they not gotten out in time with me in that moment, there would be no Nozipho to speak of in any event. My life actually got a second chance after the fires. This is it's like a line in the sand for me to say that life could have been so different before the fires. We were living in Makongo, which was a place in Pietermaritzburg. By the way, it's called Table Mountain. Please don't ask me. The white people call it Table Mountain. You can imagine when I go to school and I realize Table Mountain is in a whole different province altogether. Living in Makongo with my parents, it's a rural place, but we're happy. My father has a white Passat. I have a red bicycle. We have a long drop toilet at the bottom of the yard, and my biggest concern is making sure I don't fall in the long drop. And then the fires. And everything that happened to me after that, and actually everything that has prepared me for this moment, has happened after the fires.
After the fires, you are living in a colored community.
Yes. I'm very colored. Very, very.
And you are living with other families. Your name changes.
So, my parents flee the petrol bomb. We actually flee into the forest. I remember my father had a primer stove in the boot. And what would happen is that he would come back after, I don't know, for all I know, he could have just been begging at the robots. I don't know how he was coming back with what he's coming back with. And my mother would take out the primer stove from the boot and wedge it between the front door and the back door and try and make something. I think even as that was happening, my father tells me that the violence was encroaching and getting closer to where we were hiding. And so eventually they make the decision to give me away temporarily. And I am given away to a colored family that is running a kindergarten, which is also a front for light-skinned kids that can pass as colored if you put braids in their hair. And part of the arrangement is that I can't call myself Nozipho Mbanjwa. So if anybody asked who I was, I had to say my name was Bridget Anderson. They were the Andersons, and Bridget was my middle name, and I was raised as Bridget Anderson. My parents came back for me when I turned 6, and that's how I then transitioned to go living with them in Eastwood. And so for 17 years, Eastwood is a colored township in Pietermaritzburg. For 17 years, my formative years, I was raised colored in every sense. We wore Levi's. I didn't have Levi's, but I mean, I looked up for people. Levi's, Jack Purcell's. I'm sorry to say we listened to R. Kelly, Tamia. Our taxis were brightly colored. The back seat was missing because what's the point if there's no sound? We relaxed our hair. And I learned even then that I might say hair now, but we relaxed our hair. That's how we spoke. We relaxed our hair, And I learned that's who I needed to be in that moment. And so I own being, I always say I'm a black person who's cultured, colored, and I own that fully because I think sometimes colored people aren't seen in the country. And I don't want to get too much into the politics of the moment, but I count myself amongst the cultured, colored people of this country, as black as I am.